Hello, folks. How we doing? Today we have Better World Fragrance House by Drake. If you're not familiar with this brand, this is Drake's candle company, which I'm sure sometime in the future will be expanded into a cologne and really, full fragrance house, candles and cologne or perfumes. But for right now, they're just working with candles. So without further ado, let me shrink myself here and dive into the website and brand overview. Now, I'm sure Drake is absolutely printing with this. We saw it with Kourtney Kardashian. Kim Kardashian has Skims, Kourtney has Lemme Vitamins, Drake has this candle company. And if you're at that stature, you can sell pretty much about anything and clear large numbers. Drake does a really good job with setting the aura and the atmosphere up for this brand from the second you get onto the homepage. It is very simple. There's not a ton of buttons. There's literally only this right here. You cannot scroll up or down. One click is just, it's these two pictures. So he does a really good job setting up a very simple, minimal, clean, it feels almost like a moonlit aura type of energy, at least with this picture right here on the homepage. So hats off to him and his team. Whoever is overseeing this does a really good job. You'll notice here, it's really well done. I don't know what font this is. Let's see. It's a really good serif font. All right, Century Expanded. Yeah. So a lot of these luxury brands, you'll notice, it depends on if they're more modern or they're going for that old kind of classic feel, but this serif font really adds to the just kind of the luxury essence of this brand and this company. Also, something to note too is the use of these muted colors, so it's not really saturated. This gold and blue, it's very classic, almost country club like, so does a really good job there. Now, although this may sacrifice conversion, if you were to talk to somebody who is in e-commerce, they might say, well, this homepage, it just feels like a little too simple. Some might say that it sacrifices in conversion, but I don't really think so. It's very streamlined and focused on only a couple of things. As you'll see here, Instagram, is there anything below? Info and shop. So let's go ahead and click this shop button right here. Let's see. So if you'll notice, something about scents that's really cool is, we have these 5 senses: visual, hearing, smell, sight, touch. I think that's 5. I think I got all 5 there. And smell is one of those things that is slept on, visually, if you see a photograph, if you hear a sound, it'll bring you back to somewhere, but I feel we're so exposed on those fronts that smell, if you can do it in the right way, I know it's hard if you're running an online business to incorporate smell, but some of these high-end hotels, they have signature scents. Some of the high-end clothing stores, fashion lines, luxury design houses, they'll have their own scents that they kind of keep in the store running. And scent is just so powerful. Think about, for example, the smell of evergreen trees around Christmas. If you smell that during any time of the year, it'll bring you back to that December, winter, those types of months. So they do a really good job here of connecting the visual to the kind of scents that are behind these pictures that you see. So for here, winter warmth, the pictures are really, really clean, really focused. They're fun. They just feel elegant. They feel they're not overdone. You get a very strong sense of what's going on with each candle set right when you see the picture. So I'm not sure how many he has. I think he has 6. But yeah, he does. Let's take a look. So Carby Musk, I think, is their top seller. It's the most expensive candle they have. All the others are priced at $48, and this Carby Musk is priced in at $80. I'm not sure if it is because it's that signature scent or what explains kind of that increase in price. We'll dig into the copywriting they have here about what could possibly be the reason for that, but let's just keep on scrolling. I'll give you a good feel for what this is. And this website is beautiful. I think that if anything, this shows that when you're selling a luxury product, most of the time, simple is better. I mean, if we were to go on to Louis Vuitton, let's go on Louis' website and see how things are. Again, very clean. It's a bright ass white. Very clean editorial, almost like a magazine. Not overloaded, visually very heavy. Not a ton of text either. They're telling a story. They're telling a story right here through the pictures, and they don't really need to convince you on anything. You know, they're a luxury brand, so that's not what they're focused on. And you'll see that too once we hop over here into Better World Fragrance House. You know, these are very simple product images on a white background. I don't need to say anything more on that. These pictures are great too. I mean, this is going to be somewhat tropical. If we were to go here, again, tropical Muskoka. So if I'm not mistaken, that's a lake region up in Canada where a lot of people go for summer vacations, some of the winter months on breaks. And it'll probably be, let's see, amber and woody details as if you were sitting around a campfire. Sweeter Tings is more that urban. Drake's city of Toronto. So really well done in terms of linking that visual and smell. Let's hop in real quick to some of the copywriting here that we see. I'll move myself out of the way here. So this is the first set the team developed and the one that ultimately birthed Better World Fragrance House. All right, so is their signature scent. Constructed and unlike any other fragrance, Campfire Musk is developed with trail air technology, which means it's made to linger in the air longer. Now, I don't know what the hell that means, trail air technology. If you're familiar with psychology, you know, we have the central and peripheral routes of processing. If there's text heavy, it's basically like the levels. Actually, I'm probably going to confuse you if I go into it because I haven't learned about it in a long time, but they're doing a little bit of that here. What is trail air technology? I have no idea, but if you don't know too much about candles, which I assume most people don't, you're going to read that and be like, oh shit, there's some technology behind this. So, and then they simplify it right after. It just means that it's made to linger in the air longer. And the difference, I mean, read it this way. Campfire Musk is developed in a way that's made to linger in the air longer. It doesn't hit as hard as Campfire Musk is developed with trail air technology, which means it's made to linger in the air longer. So the fact they're putting a name on that and kind of branding that is a good move there. And it just makes you want to buy it. I mean, the layering of sweet velvet powdery musks along with musks of soft floral amber marine connotations make it incredibly unique and a must-have. There's another one that does it really well. I think it's in Muskoka. Yep. The magical mist of guaiac wood, cloves, and precious sandalwood perfectly captures the smoldering warmth of burning woods and golden embers. This is a warm and woody fragrance that emulates the feeling of cozy comfort campfire. I mean, even these words here are painting a picture in your head of what this candle smells like, and I'm sure everybody has memories of sitting around a campfire. So the fact that they're tying these scents, the imagery, everything to specific memories, personal, not only personal to Drake, but personal to probably a lot of people who would buy one of these candles, is really well done and a really nice touch. I think something also too that's really cool that they did is, if you look at a lot of candles, I was looking at some earlier, and Yankee Candle, for example, I know is a big one. They have print on the, which isn't a bad thing. I guess that's standard in a lot of packaging. You have the print on the front. What Better World Fragrance House does really well is they have this almost like somebody took a marker and wrote this on there. And I know each candle comes with a marker so you can personalize it, which not only is good for sharing, incentivizing sharing, things like that, but it makes it feel very bespoke, like it was made just for you when you order one, as if Drake himself wrote that on the front of the candle and threw it in there. It doesn't feel like a mass-produced product, which helps and then being able to price it as more of a premium good. So something cool that I saw when I was looking through there. And I mean, let's see what the Sweeter Ting says. Italian citrus supports the precious woods from Haiti and North America, combined with floral rose and iris from Europe, exemplifies the connectivity of storytelling through scent. All right, so just really eloquently well written. You don't have them going into, this is a soy wax candle, all with the tech specs. They're really just painting a pristine picture in the mind of somebody who's reading this, seeing these visuals, and really synthesizing a lot of that there. So really well done by these guys and Drake's team. But like I said, Drake could have got the ugliest looking candle and people still would have eaten it up. I don't know if they would have done it at this price point he's selling it at, but you know, one of the best ways to get rich, become friends with a celebrity and make a product that is, you know, baseline, doesn't have to be over the top, although I know Better World Fragrance House is, and you will print like no other. So let's take a deep dive into some of the other areas on their website about Better World Fragrance House. So, you know, they have some proof here, working with leading air care perfumer Michael Carby and, I don't know how to pronounce that, Vuitton, the world's largest company in the flavor and fragrance industry. So he's working with big dogs here. This isn't some little boy operation they have going on. They are working with the top of the top in the fragrance industry. So well done here. Care recommendations, you know, again, really simple. They're not going over the top in anything. And the FAQs, really basic here. But if you just see, this layout is not set up like a ton of other e-commerce websites are that you'll see in the space. Everything is very simplified. The user flow is well thought out. It's very well done. Everything flows together real nicely. The colors, I guess the two biggest things to pay attention to here, you don't see any big bold text. It's not at your face. It's not look here, flashing. Everything is very editorial, which adds to that kind of luxury positioning that they have with this company. And the colors, you don't see any bright, oversaturated colors. The only place you do, I'd say, is really in these pictures right here. But even then, these are not saturated by any means. It's very, I guess the visual profiles, if you were in the Caribbean, is very like true to nature, true to the real world. So well done there. Let's hop over into their Instagram, get a closer look. Let's zoom in here. Boom. All right, so a lot of good lifestyle shots. You have some different types of posts. So you have some product posts right here. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the audio in this video, but you know, it's a really kind of atmospheric, low-key tune here, showing that, oh, there we go, designed for personalization. So that is probably one of the selling props that they have. And I can only imagine what the post-checkout flows are on the emails you get are after. Let's see what else they got here. Oh, this is a really great video.
The idea from the scope of STEM stuff.
I don't know if you can hear this.
It's an incredible kite.
But even just straight from the product shot to a 3D visualization of where this candle is from, what memory in Drake's mind is from. You know, it's from sitting around the campfire up in Muskoka, chilling with friends and close family. So they're tying it to memories that, again, are not just personal to Drake, but personal to a lot of people who would probably buy one of these things. You have a lot of kind of washed out, grainy, this almost retro style video, which is making a huge comeback. All right, really simple, really well done. Let's see what else they got here. They're also highlighting some artists, some Caribbean artists. I know right here, where is it? Where'd they go? I know, all right, so right here, this is a Haitian artist, tying it and attaching it to that higher kind of art. Boom. So the visuals, it's a vibe. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's just a vibe. We have this one. I think this is the winter warmth candle. So painting, again, a picture of where this candle is coming from. It's not just saying, you know, it smells like this, it smells like that, which you see in a lot of candle companies. They're really going deep in the narrative behind each of these scents. And it's tough. I mean, if you're selling a back scratcher, let's say, or something to stretch your neck, you can show a video of somebody using it and how it works. It is very tough to sell a fragrance candle especially at this price point. One candle is $80. It's tough to do that without letting people smell it first. So their visuals and the vibe, whether that's through videos, through the sounds that are playing, through the copywriting, it's pretty impressive that they're getting people to buy these candles without even smelling them. So hats off to Drizzy and the team. That is all I have for Better World Fragrance House. If there's anything that I missed out on, would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I know there's some who might go deeper on these things than I do. But yeah, this brand launched, I think, a little over a year ago, and I'm not sure what Drake's plans are long term for this. I could definitely see a cologne or perfume being introduced sometime soon, but really well done. A good example, if you are selling a luxury product, a couple of things. You have the clean serif fonts. They're not too big. The colors are muted. And the last thing is editorial. It's editorial styled. So you have these grid systems. So boom, if we were to break a grid right down the middle, 1, 2, these scroll animations are really easy. Something too before I let you go. With print copy. So let's see, this piece of paper I have, for example. When you're printing on a magazine, let's say, there's a lot of information being conveyed by the texture of this paper, by how thick it is, by the finish on it, so on and so forth, by the way the colors show out. With web, it's hard to do that because you can't touch anything. One way I heard it really well described is the motion on a website. So these little animations as we scroll here, you see once we change a picture, it blurs out, fades in. It's all really smooth. That is the same as the texture, the quality of the paper. So if you're out there building websites, put a little more focus and emphasis on the motion that you have on the website. Don't make it too over the top. It can be distracting. Use it to enhance the user's journey through the website. So with that being said, Better World Fragrance House by Drake. I hope you guys are having a great year so far. Let me know what other brands you want to see in the future. I have a list of my favorite ones. I'm going to keep running with these. If you have any brands that you want to see covered here, hit me on Instagram, leave a comment down below, and we will see you in the next video. Peace, guys. Have a great day.